Hey, what's up? It's DJ. Today we've got a massive amount of mods released for FS25. A total 56 mods dropped. All platforms got 46 new and 6 updates, and PC and Mac players got 4 new. It's going to be a long one. I'm going to do my best to keep my sanity. Check the timestamps to see what you want to see first. Get subscribed if you're not already, and let's do this. Starting off today with new ones for all platforms, we have the AVANT-Series from ITS. Now, this is something that I got to see about a year ago whenever I was at Hanover, Germany for Angry Technica. Got to see these there. I didn't know they were real. So here we are a year later to get to show them off. Wheel setups. We have tractor tread on here. We also have a grassland tread. You also have lights for working lights, traffic, work and traffic, and plastic hole. We have the Avant Green 1, 2. We got the Woody, and then back into it. Beacon lights, we've got a couple different versions for you there, depending on which ones you want to go with. Attachments, rear weight of 0. Then we've got a 35, 70, 105, 140, and back to 0 again. But you also get a trailer hitch with those as well. Kind of angling down a little bit there, but hey, it is what it is. And then, of course, we have our main color. Now, these first 3 green colors are going to be colors that have been added with it. But, of course, as we know now, you can do whatever you want with anything. What's the secondary, though? It's going to be the frame on top. Good call. Additionally, we have a bigger version if you would rather go with this. Yes, it is center articulating. However, sitting inside the seat, you would never know that. Everything's going to be the same here as well for the 750. So you go with either one. And then we've got some stuff for attachments. So we got a pallet fork, a big bag transporter, square bell fork. You've also got the bell handler, manure fork, high tip bucket XL, which is going to hold 600 or 1200 liters. And then we've got the adapter for skid steer stiff, which is very cool. We have a ball hitch, which hooks up, and then we have a 3-point adapter, which also looks very, very cool. Now, digging this, you can also see we've got a couple different setups here with those, but a big pack. And here it is. Pretty cool little setup through here. We've got a couple different setups for X, things like that. However, because I'm using a gamepad, I have this set up for 300% steering. And this is where Giants have kind of screwed the pooch, as it were, because it is extremely set. Bam, bam, bam. So as you're turning along in a normal tractor, you would crank it hard right, and it would just kind of turn to the right like that. This one, yay! You can just about flip the thing over. So, yeah, if only they would have just left steering alone. No one was complaining. And now, well, I am, but it is what it is. Nonetheless, there you go. Bye-bye. Next up, we have the Fendt 700 Vario series. This includes the Gen 6 and Gen 7, not to be confused with the Gen 6 that we got last week. Very, very cool to see both of these in here. It's a big differences between the two as well. So how's about we take a look at this Gen 7 here? So we've got a 440 kilometer per hour, 203 horsepower engine, and we could go all the way up to a 303 horsepower engine, which goes 60 kilometers or 37 and 24 miles per hour. This modder actually got it right, and everything works exactly the way that it should right here. We didn't see that yesterday. Wheel options from Treffler. We also have Michelin, Continental, Midas, BKT, Vudistan, and Nokia tires. All of the standard stuff that you would expect. I do love seeing narrow twin wheels, so shouty outy to you. Design line, we could throw that on there if you want, and these are going to be separate. So the chrome exhaust and the yes, these are completely separate. You also have warning signs of somewhere, I'm sure. The warning signs are not there. I'm guessing because of the wheel setup that I've chosen. Yeah, so it looks like if you choose like a USA style for that, it's not even gonna pop these up, which I'm cool with. Just make sure you don't pay for it, that's all. And then, of course, we've got color options throughout. One of the things they left out, which is a bit of a bummer, is Petro Blue. Come on. What are you doing, man? Next up, the Ape 50 has gotten a big overhaul. The Piaggio. So in here we have more horsepower options, which is fantastic, all the way up to 175 horsepower. Very, very cool. Beacon lights, we've got yes or no. We also have a trailer hitch now along towards the back. Pretty cool there. And then we have main colors. All of these are going to be custom ones. Interior colors, which is very cool to see. And then we have rim colors. You know what? I'm going to stick some pink on the interior. just to say I did it. Should we do it? Yeah, we gonna do it. Wheelie! I love the wheelie mod. This thing looks like it'll go 108 miles an hour, which is absolutely redonkulous. Let's hit it, baby! Let's go! Yeah! Does it flip easy? Oh boy! It's a little controllable. Uh-oh. I didn't want to go that way anyway. It's extremely stable if there's no interference with the world around it. However, it does honestly still lack a bit of power, which I wasn't expecting to say. Oh, that's the side of the edge right there. It kicks it up and moves, man. I would maybe recommend this to you guys that are playing on Tampa and Tie, but yeah, otherwise, you're still not gonna get it anywhere any quicker. It is fun though. It's a lot of fun. Yay! Next, we have the John Deere 627C from Agritono. This bad boy right meow. The largest combine header for corn, anyway, in the game. It is 13.4 meters, just beating out some of the others that we have, like the gearing off that's up to 13. Nah. This one goes up to 13.4. One of the nice things is they allowed us to change the colors, so even though it has a John Deere logo on the side, you could still paint it up case red and almost looks right. Maybe blue? Yeah, New Holland blue. A little bit better. Next is our Claas Rollant 520. This actually adds more Claas stuff to the game. We also didn't have a Claas round baler to begin with, so now we do. Wheel options from Trelleborg. We can also do Vredestein, and Vredestein looks great. Trelleborg, we can also do some a little bit wider. You know, I think the Trelleborg wide tires looks great. Configuration, you have the Roto Feed. You also have the Roto Cut. So if you want either one, there you go. And then we have the Claas Rolletex Pro, which you can kind of see in there. And then you can also change that up to a standard net and film binding. So you can change those up however you would like. Very cool. You can only make up to 125 centimeter round bales with this. However, it is pretty cheap. 36 grand. Here's one we just talked about at Farm Sim News yesterday. The Jeantil BR 10430 from Universe Simu Modding. Really big tipper here. We have a 45,000, 54, and 71,000 liter capacities. No customization options other than that and a license plate. However, very, very awesome. Next is our cattle trailer. This can be used for a couple different things, which is nice. You can put your dirt bikes in here, which is kind of cool whenever you don't have cows in there. Anyway, we have a main color and a rim color setup, and you can hold 2 cows, 4 pigs, and 4 sheep. Next is a beautiful one, the Fliegl TMK273. On this with 40,000 liter capacity for bulk. We have wheel options from Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein, and back in again. And then we have a few different sets. We have a custom black and the Fliegl green. Of course, you can paint it up whatever you want. You're good to go. What looks to be a couple conversions here. We have the Welger DK115 from Farming Simulator 22, 14? Just kidding, it's 22. 8-year configuration of standard. We also have a bell trailer, and then that is it. I was kind of hoping to see maybe a 4,000 liter, a little bit of a shorter, something different because this does have an extension on it, but it's just one or the other. Wheel options from Trelleborg, Continental, BKT. We also have 2 sets of BKT. Nope, just setting it up. And then you've got your cover, yes or no, main cover, and cover color. That is it. I'm not quite sure what's going on with the rims here, but they almost look wrong. I can't quite put my finger on it. I think maybe because the axle's not red like it is on the inside. I don't know, it looks a little bit weird. From the same model, we have the Strautmann SEK 802, another fan favorite. This one does have the wheels correct, a capacity of 4,000 or 8,000 liters. You can also do 12, and this was a base game starter trailer from Farming Simulator 19. Very cool there. We'll go all the way to the top. Wheel options from Trelleborg, BKT, and that is it. No copy paste through there. We can add a cover, and then you've got a main color, which is your frame, chassis color, which is the body, and then a cover color. No rim colors for these. Shocking that we don't have those. We've got it for everything else. The 262V is back from NMC T-Bone. They've been working on their own stuff for a while, but it's great to see the back doing some mods for Farming Simulator as well. Hydraulic wing, you can add those on the sides if you want to give you a little extra reach, and then you've got custom colors throughout. Very, very nice. This is a big old snowblower right here, man. 3.3 meters at 12 miles per hour. Only 180 horsepower is required. You hook up to the back of your tractor and you pull it, so the snow that you drive over is what you're going to be kicking out. A couple things in the EversAgro Pack from Vertex Design. We have the Brumby 7298. There's 140 horsepower, 3 meter, 9 mile per hour cultivator. Cost 15 grand. Then we have a subsoiler, 3 meters as well here, 7 miles an hour, 120 horsepower required. And lastly, we have a grassland roller and weeder. This bad boy, 2.7 meters at 7 miles per hour. Next up, Lizard Kamer. Kamer 4032. I don't know how to say it. There's also a PC version of this as well. This is the unbranded Lizard version for all platforms. Colors are the same, just logos have been changed up. I do like that they have the Lizard Farming logo on there. Makes it seem a little bit less lizard, if that makes any sense. Anyway, 100 horsepower, 4 meters at 9 miles an hour. Beautiful piece of machinery. Then we have this. It's kind of a change job. So this is the Supertaube Servo 25. Obviously, this is the Pottinger Servo 25 here. And then we have the Rabba Supertaube, Taube. That is not translating to the English language. Plowshares, we do have a couple different sets here for the universal as well as the slated. Not quite sure why you would use slated, but I like them better. I don't know, it looks mean. Kind of looks like a weapon and less like a plow. Nonetheless, I guess anything in the right hands is that, isn't it? But anyway, you've got that on both options. If you need a mower, we have the Rousseau E-Kastor. This is the mower, hooks up to the rear of your tractor. I guess you could put it on the front as well. And it's really for mowing, like maintenance and things like that. So having it on like a I don't know, communal tractor, throw it on something orange with some nice Nokian communal tires on there and you're good to go. 100 horsepower, 1.2 meter work with it, 4 miles an hour. The mile per hour thing doesn't really matter, I don't think. With stuff like this, it's very cool and it's a lot of fun to use. However, at the end of the day, right now, we don't have anywhere to use this. We're unable to mow the sides of the roads on the base game maps, and unless you create your own on New Frontier, you're not going to be using it the way it was intended. However, it is here, so if you ever come across any maps like that, don't forget about this. Next, we have a roller. This is the Dalbo Hydraflex 5.2, and maybe exactly what you've been looking for. A little bit of a smaller roller, 100 horsepower, 5.2 meter working with at 9 miles an hour. But there's one thing I want to know. Can you lower it? Man, all I ever want to do is just be able to lower a roller when I get to the edge of a field. Is this going to allow me to... Oh my goodness! It lets you do it! You can roll around, do your thing, get caught riding dirty, and you're like, oh, wasn't me. Cop's not looking. Put the wheels back down. Keep rolling. And then, up. Oh, farmer cop turned to ground. It wasn't me, sir. I love it. That's awesome. Here's what I believe is a base game weeder. Was this Farming Simulator 19, 22, somewhere around there? Anyway, this is here, the Treffler TS 1520-M3. It's a big one, 15.2 meter worker with, 7 miles per hour, 150 horsepower required on here. It's pretty expensive, $45,000, at least all things considered, but I don't really think money in Farming Simulator should matter to really anybody. It is what it is. It's the way I play. I'm so sorry. Nonetheless, this thing looks absolutely terrifying, but I bet it would give a great back scratch, but only the one time. Nonetheless, it's here if you want it. Now, I don't do a whole lot of logging, but if you do, you may need this. The Kirmag Tree Waste Rake from NMC T-Ball. That's right. Again, hearing their name in here. What you do with this, guys, you grab a hold of it with your forwarder or something like that, and then you just kind of scoop stuff up. Down here, tree waste rake is used to clear a road from tree tops. There you go. Basically, it just kind of scoots everything in to each other. It also fits on the back of a forwarder really well. Also, if you're doing some logging, you may want one of these. This is the lizard knocking plate from HR Forest. Again, you grab a hold of this with the claw from your forwarder and go dunk, 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 and it kind of helps to push all of your logs in nice and easy with each other. You just kind of grab it and go dunk, 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 dunk. and kind of scoots them all together. You can also do this just with the header itself or the grab, but in the real world, I think you might damage something doing that. Here's an easy one, the Peecon PD 1500. It is a 3-point pallet fork, and that's about it. You also have the standard, special, and special low. I don't know much about those, but in Farming Simulator, I doubt it's going to really matter too much. Nonetheless, here this is if you want it. Next up, we have the Fendt weights pack. Now, these are a couple different sets from Schmetty. These are probably the ones you've been waiting on. So you've got the 750, the 18, and the 2500. If you've used the Fendt weight packs in the past, this is the one. And your last new mod, non-placeable, is the Forage harvesters with pipe control. This bad boy right here, basically, you have the standard with manual standard, and then you have the large manual standard, and another manual standard, then you have the automatic. Now, automatic was basically what the base game does, so this has enabled you to buy one mod and have either one. So, being able to have manual, let's grab ourselves one of these. By the way, you can select all of these guys and you are good. So let's grab it, let's open it up, and let's see about that manual control. There you go. Now, I thought manual control was always a thing, but I guess not, huh? You've also got the tip, you can change that up as well. But yeah, I always thought that this was just kind of part of harvesters, but grabbing a hold of here with a base game John Deere, I guess not. So hey, if you want manual control of your pipe, go with that. Heads up though, if you hire up a worker on this, you lose manual control, obviously, because you're not in charge in the first place, and there is no automatic control. So if you get tired of using it, you will have to go customize it back. Now, there are an absolute ton of placeables today, so we're going to go over these as quickly as we possibly can. If you're just looking for updates, you don't care about the placeables, or maybe you're looking for new ones for PC and Mac, please check the timestamps down below for all of that. Now, let's talk about the Meridian grain bin pack from BC Bueller Farms. There are a bunch of stuff in here. I mean, a bunch. That's actually all one pack through there. So you've got your corrugated bins. You've also got a setup of smooth wall hopper bins for fertilizer and things like that, which is really cool. However, though they're called smooth wall hopper fertilizer bins, they will also wheat, barley, oats, canola, all that normal stuff. So you've got all of those. Then you've got some other bins as well. There's also regular smooth wall hopper bins that are not fertilizer. So if you have something like this, you could go with that. It will say fertilizer on there as well. So the same model just says fertilizer. There's also corrugated hopper bins as well. So you've got all of that if you want. But this right here kind of shows off the three main styles of the bins. So you've got that if you want them. Very cool, BC Bueller. Great job, bud. Next, we have some insanely large buildings. This is the Cowshed Pack. And at least to me, these are an extreme bummer. This is an insanely large building, and it holds 70 cows. In real world, maybe, but come on, man. Bring your specs up to Farm Sim. Come on, what you doing? And then this one will hold 140. These are some absolutely insane, massive buildings. Goodness. But yeah, they don't really hold much. Then we have the barn with cows. This one is possibly even worse as far as the capacities. Now, if you're just looking for something that's really nice, then yeah, go with this one. It's great. 750 did an awesome job with this. However, if I can get the trigger to recognize, there we go. 30 animals in here. This one I can see. 30 actually seems a little bit high for this building. Did someone say banana from native mining? We have the banana tree. We got 3 different ones. One with no bananas, one with green bananas, and one with bananas. Yeller nanners. Yeah. Unfortunately, these are purely decorations only. Next up is the storage building pack. It's a lot of buildings today, man. I will not be spending a long amount of time on any of these. This is from Vertex Design. Here are the buildings. We've got 3 that actually look identical from the outside. But as you can see, one of them has no dividers, one has dividers, and the other one has automatic storage for things, 230 to be exact. And then we have the larger building right here. Well, I'm glad I can run fast. So there you go. They look fantastic. Just unfortunately, they released on a day where there's a million mods, and we can't really spend a lot of time on them. Next up is our workshop, which is, it's not in the right spot. I guess we've talked about this. Anyway, nonetheless, through here we've got a larger or wider door and then 2 taller doors. This may look familiar to you because I believe we had this in Farming Simulator 22 as well. Anything in there can be worked on, which is great news. And heads up, when you're coloring it, the green stays, but you could change up the red. It doesn't look as good as you think it would. I guess, hit me up. I got some ideas. I can help you out, man. Then we got something a little bit different. This is the small workshop, which it actually is very, very teeny tiny. It is a placeable, but you could still come over here and work on your vehicles and stuff like that. $2,500. Little pricey for what I would expect here, but hey, you are paying for it in the long run for convenience. Next, we have the stone barn with workshop. Again, another piece or another placeable in the wrong spot. It should be in tools, and it is not. That's where the workshops go, in tools. However, the animations, very, very awesome. So they win on that front. We do have some stuff around towards the side, and if we run around the other side, we've got one large door instead of a few smaller doors. So like common harvester, stuff like that, can fit over there. It is quite large, so heads up through there, and it is quite expensive, 250 grand. Next is the garages with sliding doors, possessive, if you will, with the apostrophe. 2 different setups. You got one with a lighter colored brick and a corrugated corrugated door, and then or sheet metal rather. And then you've got kind of the same thing through here. So 3 bays and then a side. I think these would look epic on Zilonka. So if you're on Zilonka, maybe you want to do a farm build or something, hey, I highly recommend these. Next is our shed with garage. Just kidding, garage. I would never dare. This is your garage right here. I can't stop saying it. And then you have a 4-bay shed. We've also got the machine storage from the same owner. Actually, the last 3 buildings have been from the same owner. Doors open nice and quick. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And they open and close from the opening of where the door should be. So that's great. You don't have to go around chasing doors like we did back in Farm Sim 19. You've also got a few bays as well. So here's a double car bay. And then over here we have a little bit of a different door setup. One's a little shorter, one's a little bit longer. As a matter of fact, if I could ever design a house, this is how I would have one of my garages set up, where you've got a little bit of a longer, like you park like a truck or something, and then you can park like a car and then like your mower. Oh, I love this. That's so cool. Now, here's how it's done right here. The Pack Sheds BR, BR, Brazilian. These are neat because you customize the shed, or you don't have 2 different models, which is great. So, of course, sheds, click on it, customize, and you could choose with or without the extension on the side. By the way, a lot of the buildings today have had color changing stuff. I just haven't really talked about it because we're trying to move forward. This doesn't, but I just wanted to let you know there's some customization options that we just haven't shown. Nonetheless, this is cool. Kind of interesting having facing in like this as opposed to facing out. However, this may be exactly what you're looking for. If you just couldn't get enough of shed packs, don't worry, we've got more for you. There's a big one here. This is, well, shed pack. That's exactly what this is. There's a couple different models you can see. These have concrete around towards the bottom, and these have brick. Something that could easily be done as customization options, but yeah, here we are. You can also change some colors, but there were a few colors where I just couldn't quite figure out exactly what I was doing. Pretty sure it's the green on the side. However, there was a building over here, this guy, which I believe is the doors. Now that I'm looking at it, because I had it flipped around the other way. You do have kind of a bell loft up top and a covered area here for smaller equipment, but that's about it for your shed pack. Next is the shelter. Very simple, $35,000 for you guys. Kind of matches the other, but it is from a different modder altogether, and it slopes downwards towards the back. So do be careful what kind of equipment you put in here. Next, we have the root crop storage from Dogface. Now, this probably looks familiar to you guys because we've had, well, this for as long as we can remember. However, now we have storages for things, which is very nice. So unfortunately, you cannot customize once you have placed down. However, we have potato, we have our sugar beets, carrots, parsnips, and red beet versions. And of course, they're going to have the logo in there. However, if you don't want the logo, just take the first one and customize it. So you can go potatoes, beets, carrots, beetroots, parsnips, and back and forth. So you can really put anything you want in there. Now, are you going to see that here? No. It's just going to be a little logo right there. But, I don't know, kind of looks cool. Might fill in as well with a fill type, but yeah, you can basically have the two versions. One with a fill level in here already. I'm stuck. And one without. The next mod's a bit, I don't know if I would call this an oxymoron, but it's clickbait for the sake of people trying to get it. It's the low-cost grain silo. However, it holds a lot less and costs a lot more than most anything else you're going to be getting. Does it look good? Sure, it's fine. But it is $100,000 for 500,000 liters, which is a bit high considering one of the new grain bins holds a lot more and is way cheaper. Or if you want to go down to one of Almatana's, $30,000 for 10 million liters. I don't know if the translation of low cost translated with this one. Next up, we have the hay storage and ventilation. So let's take a look at this bad boy. This is our little silo system set up here. Total capacity 500,000. Again, at the end of the day, that's really not going to go very far for a lot of players, which is kind of stinkowitz. However, this mod offers one thing that we don't normally get to see, and that is not the silo set, but a production set. We have the exact same capacities in here. However, now you can input grass and get hay out. Meaning, and it's 1,000 to 1,000. It's 1 to 1. Quit putting 1,000 to 1,000. Just put 1 to 1 and make the cycles per month 48,000. Come on, get with it. Nonetheless, there you go. That is very cool. I dig that. I do believe we've seen these buildings used before, but it is still very nice to see. I think this one confuzzled a lot of people, or at least a few. It definitely got me. So it was the concrete block silo pack. I was like, oh, Legos are coming back. Yeah. Legos are not back, which is aw. But hopefully somebody will take these blocks and maybe a few other blocks and convert them into something so I can place them, thank you very much, and play with Legos at Farming Simulator. It's one of my faves. Definitely one of my faves. Nonetheless, these are still pretty darn cool. If I turn on my window, do we see, yep, fill level chaff, etc., etc. These can be found in silos, of course, just like everything, and they even snap together. So if you want to put a couple together, boom, 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 easy. Do be careful, though. They put this, like, massive area around. Can modders stop doing that? This sucks. If you're looking for some more productions, well, we got you right here with the old grain mills. There are 3 different ones. They have the old grain mill, old American grain mill, and the old Polish grain mill. I'm guessing the American one's the small one? I don't know, let's find out. Old grain mill, old American, yeah, of course, and then old Polish grain mill right through there. If we run up and take a look, by the way, fantastic job on the modeling. There's so much detail on these. It does look like we're going to see a little bit of difference through here. Outgoing products are going to be pretty similar. However, all of your capacities and things for the things in the inside of it is going to be quite small. So there is that. Also, kind of neat stuff through here. You've got oils in here as well. So barley, oat, sorghum, and wheat flour, and canola, olive, and sunflower oil. So fairly standard stuff. These are kind of wicked looking, man. Yeah, I dig this. Here's a neat one. The stone silo. With this silo, you could buy stones. That is going to cost you $5,000 to buy it, and you have a monthly upkeep of $10, which is, hey, not too bad. If we go into prices and we look for stones, which I can never remember where they're at, I guess they're down here somewhere, we'll be able to see what they are buy for. So we could buy them for, oh, that's the dredging boat. Oops. Stone silo, $150 per 1,000 liters. They sell for $152 at the cement factory right now. So just a heads up, All I'm saying, like right now, this is a money-making method right here. It's going to take you forever, and it's going to be heavy. You can do it. I believe this was one of the first productions back in Farm Sim 22, and it is back the Lime Factory from Team IWMM. Over here, we're able to make lime from stones. So if you bring in your stones, you will get lime out. It is a 12-to-9 ratio, so you are getting back about 3/4 of what you put in. Not a bad thing. I think that's a really great turnaround for stones. I just don't think it's going to give you a lot of lime. The next new one for all platforms is cool and could be helpful. However, I don't think it's going to be as cool and helpful as maybe it was planned on being, because these are a pack of unloading zones, or the unloading zone pack. So these are kind of something to put down where you wouldn't have anything, like the previous stone silo. From above, yes, it has the trigger and everything down below, but you could put this over it, and it actually looks like somewhere that you would go. Maybe that's not the best idea, but so you just put this down where the triggers are. This also allows you to turn off triggers, so you don't have to have little icons everywhere. However, there's one glaring problem. You can't put it on land that you don't own. And that's where most of the triggers are. Maybe I'm overlooking something? Hey, if I am, let me know. Next to last new ones for all platforms is the Farm Decoration Pack. Now, this is pretty neat, and I really like the tires. But we've got quite a few different things here. A couple different pallets. A pallet with a bunch of bags all over it. We have a single tire. We have a set of 4, set of 3, set of 2 with 1 up top, and then we have 3 posts here. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm getting some serious. I want to make a racetrack, but I don't have all the other parts I need yet. Pack. So, hey, take your LS if, a couple extra pieces, and we could put together our own racetrack. Like, if these were, like, not yellow, red and white tires, yo, come on. Don't tell me you wouldn't like that. You know you would. All right. Here's the last one. It's the hunting pulpit, or hunting pulpit. These are fairly cheap at $17.50 for the right one and $9.50 for the one on the left. Yes, you can get up into here. However, did I just fall through? Is there no? How do we get stuff like that through? Is there no collision on the floor? And there's no collision on this. They're useless! That's so stupid. Checking out updates for all platforms in the Massey-Ferguson 600 series, version 1001. The position of the right beacon light has been corrected. The color of the metal parts in the interior has been corrected, and the cabin color has been adjusted to appear more metallic. Next, we've got an update to the Amazon ZATS 4200. This is going to be version 101. Change the spreader price and options, and correction of GPS and workers' automatic widths. Next one's going to be the Quicke M140. It's going to be version 1001. Added bell collision configuration, yes or no, in the fork version with transport strap system to improve its operation. We also have the modernized flour mill, version 1.1. Fixed issue with stone pallets. More flowers, version 1001. Balance the selling price of maize, soybeans, and pea flour. Revised production cycles to make them more balanced with those of default flowers. Flower pallets are now manually liftable. You may have to wait until the next game year to see the price changes in the price menu. If you think the prices of flowers are not high or not too high and you like them that way, then do not install this update. And your last update for all platforms is Wide Garage. It's going to be version 1001. Fixed lights, corrected snow mask on objects, and added decorations. Jumping over to our new ones for PC and Mac players. First up is Real Mower. With this mod, you can mow grass in all areas of the map. It also mows all bushes and weeds. Function is added to all vehicles with the mower specialization. You can also activate and deactivate the mod function for the current vehicle. Default controls, which can be changed to the control settings, are key O to turn it on and off the mod function. Jumping over to our new ones for PC and Mac players. We got something a lot of people want. Do not expect to see these on consoles. It's scripted. It just won't happen. It's the Fliegl Timber Runner Autoload Wood. Yeah, from Kitty 456 and Mahoo. In the configurations, you've got a trailer hitch on the back or standard set. If you want to run a couple more wheel brands, a couple different ones through their main color and rim color. And we have multiple different setups, including an absolutely massive trailer right here. We're not going to mess with that today. We're just looking at this guy right here. See, this is epic minus one small part. DJ GoHam uses a controller, and guess what? There's no controller buttons that have been mapped for this. So here is our trailer controls here. We have the autoload wood on and off with B and unload the wood and toggle sides of left and right and all that good stuff. So all of that can be found here, which is very unfortunate because there's no gamepad inputs. So players like me, if I were to use this, which I won't be, but for players like me, if I were to, I would have to utilize this, and I would have to do it myself. So I will try. However, this will be extremely painful for the majority of you watching because I have my help window turned on controller. Sorry. Also, I know it says turn on trailer. That does absolutely nothing. So, auto load the wood on and off. I'm just going to hit the B key, which also is my run multiplier. And there it goes. Starting to unload or load up the logs rather. And because I've got it set to 6 meters, there we go. It kind of knows where the limit should be on there. Hopefully it doesn't go too wild and crazy. If you're curious, we use 6-meter lodgepole pines. There you go. That's as many as it says that I possibly need to have. So there is that. Now, I want to unload the wood, so I'm going to D-strap, and then that is going to be the Z key. So, hit the Z key, and it unloads the logs to the left. We also have unloading, toggling sides of left and right, which is the O. Changing the number of piles is the Enter key or the backspace. I'm not quite sure which one that is. Switch of the piles is numpads, and we also have them. Shifting, unloading positions, we have those, resizing, etc., etc., etc. We also have the toggling the help, so show or hide, which is Control T. So I will hit that, Control T. Control T does nothing. Maybe it's right Control T? Nope. Just no Control T's. Okay. Well, hey, it works. I think I need to load these back up so I can just move stuff out of the way. Here's one of the mods that we also had in all platforms, the Ekicifen Kamer. Kamer? I don't know, man. It's a cultivator. 100 horsepower, 4 meters, 9 miles an hour. And if that's not enough, we have one more cultivator for you. This is the Frost, which I don't know why they made or didn't make a all-platform version of this. You could have easily just, I don't know, drop the Frost on the side. Nonetheless, you do have a couple different setups for here. 75 horsepower, 2.5 meter, working with 9 miles an hour. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this one. Drop a like on it if you did. Get subscribed if you are new, and join the GoHam fam. Double check your notifications as well. That way you never miss any future videos right here on the channel. We also released our Let's Play this morning, Case H, on a John Deere farm. It's an interesting one. Go check it out if you haven't seen it. Otherwise, have an awesome day. I'll catch you in the next one.